1. We're taking a look at a 1985 Chevrolet Monte Carlo, and I want to give you my honest thoughts about this vehicle. First off, the seller is asking $7,500 for this Monte Carlo, which has been driven for 98,000 miles. It comes with an automatic transmission, a blue exterior, and a matching blue interior. The car runs on gasoline, and according to the seller, it has had only one owner and comes with a clean title. Now here's where I want to be completely sincere with you. The seller states that this vehicle has no significant damage or problems, and I have no reason to doubt their claim. They mention that the car has a new tune-up, no leaks, and that the air conditioning blows cold. The seller also points out that the headlights are new and that the car has been well kept. With only 98,000 miles on the odometer, and considering it's a one-owner vehicle, this Monte Carlo seems to be in pretty good shape for its age. However, it's important to keep in mind that this is still a 38-year-old car, and it may have some minor issues that come with age, even if they're not mentioned in the ad. It's always a good idea to inspect the car thoroughly in person and take it for a test drive before making a decision. The seller emphasizes that they're not interested in trades and that the car will be available until it sells. They also mention "no issue" twice in the description, which suggests they're confident about the vehicle's condition. Overall, if you're in the market for a classic 1985 Chevrolet Monte Carlo and the price fits your budget, this car might be worth checking out. Just be sure to do your due diligence and inspect the vehicle thoroughly before making a purchase. 2. We're focusing on a 1983 Buick Park Avenue, and I'm here to give you my honest assessment of this vehicle based on the information provided by the seller. The seller has listed this Buick Park Avenue for $2,500. It has been driven for 22,470 miles, which is relatively low for a car of this age. The vehicle features an automatic transmission, a brown exterior, and a matching brown interior. It runs on gasoline and has had two owners in the past. The seller also mentions that the vehicle is paid off, which means the buyer won't have to worry about any outstanding loans or liens. Now let's dive into the seller's description and address the condition of the car. The seller states that the car need exhaust. I interpret this as the car runs, but it needs some work on the exhaust system. They also mention need right, which I assume means that there might be some issues with the right side of the car. Additionally, the seller notes that the car needs a new top, suggesting that there are problems with the roof or perhaps the convertible top mechanism. Despite these issues, the seller describes the car as a nice running project. This implies that while the car does run, it will require some work and attention from the new owner to address the mentioned problems and potentially other issues that may come with a 40-year-old vehicle. It's crucial to keep in mind that this Buick Park Avenue is being sold as a project car. Prospective buyers should be prepared to invest time and money into fixing the exhaust, addressing the issues on the right side of the car, and replacing the top. These repairs could be costly, so it's essential to factor that into your decision-making process. If you're a car enthusiast looking for a project and you have the skills, resources, and patience to work on this 1983 Buick Park Avenue, it could be an interesting opportunity. However, if you're looking for a car that's in perfect condition and ready to drive without any additional work, this might not be the right choice for you. As always, I recommend thoroughly inspecting the vehicle in person, taking it for a test drive if possible, and having a trusted mechanic assess the car before making a final decision. 3. We're taking a closer look at a 1977 Buick Verano, and I'm here to provide you with my honest thoughts about this vehicle based on the seller's description. First off, it's important to note that the Buick Verano is a more recent model that was introduced in 2012. The car mentioned in this listing is likely a different Buick model from 1977, as the Verano was not in production at that time. For the purpose of this overview, we'll assume the seller has mistakenly listed the model name. Now let's dive into the details. The seller has priced this 1977 Buick at $3,500. The car has been driven for 90,000 miles, which is relatively low mileage for a vehicle that's over 40 years old. It comes with an automatic transmission, a black exterior, and a white interior. The seller's description is quite brief, stating, "There's nothing wrong with it. Everything works." This suggests that the car is in good working condition and that all of its features and components are functioning properly. However, it's important to keep in mind that the seller's assessment may be subjective, and there could be some minor issues that they have not mentioned or are not aware of. Given the age of the vehicle, it's crucial for potential buyers to thoroughly inspect the car in person and take it for a test drive to ensure that everything is indeed working as described. It's also a good idea to have a trusted mechanic assess the vehicle for any potential issues that may not be immediately apparent. While the low mileage and the seller's claim of everything working properly are positive signs, it's essential to approach this listing with a bit of caution. A 46-year-old car may have some wear and tear, even if it has been well maintained. Buyers should be prepared to address any age-related issues that may arise. If you're in the market for a classic Buick and the price fits your budget, this 1977 model might be worth checking out. Just be sure to do your due diligence, inspect the car thoroughly, and gather more information about the specific model to ensure it aligns with your expectations. As always, I recommend proceeding with care and making an informed decision based on your own assessment of the vehicle's condition and your individual needs and preferences. 4. We're taking a closer look at a 1963 Ford Rambler, and I want to provide you with my honest assessment based on the seller's description. First, it's important to note that the Rambler was actually a model produced by American Motors Corporation, AMC, and not by Ford. The seller may have mistakenly listed the car as a Ford. For the purpose of this overview, we'll assume the car in question is indeed a 1963 AMC Rambler. Now, let's dive into the specifics. The seller has priced this Rambler at $8,000. The car has been driven for only 15,229 miles, which is incredibly low mileage for a vehicle that's 60 years old. It features an automatic transmission, a brown exterior, and a gray interior. The car runs on gasoline. The seller's description provides some insight into the condition of the car. They mention that it's a classic 1963 Ford Rambler, 4-door, clean inside, needs paint. On the outside runs good and drives. This suggests that the interior of the car is in good condition, while the exterior could benefit from a new paint job. The seller also states that the car runs well and is drivable. Based on the low mileage and the seller's description, this 1963 AMC Rambler seems to be in relatively good mechanical condition. However, it's essential for potential buyers to inspect the car thoroughly in person and take it for a test drive to verify its running condition and assess any potential issues that may not be mentioned in the ad. The exterior paint is mentioned as a point of improvement, so buyers should factor in the cost and time required for a new paint job when considering this vehicle. It's also important to keep in mind that a car of this age may have some additional wear and tear or age-related issues that are not explicitly stated in the description. If you're a fan of classic cars and appreciate the style and charm of a 1963 AMC Rambler, this listing might be worth exploring further. The low mileage and clean interior are definitely appealing factors. However, as with any old vehicle, it's crucial to approach the purchase with a realistic understanding of the potential challenges and costs associated with owning and maintaining a classic car. 5. We're diving into the details of a 1982 Cadillac Seville, and I'm here to give you my honest assessment based on the seller's description. The seller has listed this Cadillac Seville for $8,500. It has been driven for 95,500 miles, which is relatively low for a car that's 41 years old. The vehicle features an automatic transmission, a sleek black exterior with a purple pinstripe, and a tan leather interior. It runs on gasoline and comes with a clean title. According to the seller, this Cadillac Seville is in very good condition and has no significant damage or problems. The description paints a picture of a well-maintained, feature-rich classic car that's ready to provide a luxurious driving experience. Under the hood, you'll find a 4.1L V8 engine paired with an automatic overdrive transmission, which the seller claims delivers a smooth ride. The car also boasts a comfortable air conditioning system and an AM/FM CD radio for entertainment. Cruise control is another notable feature that adds to the car's overall driving comfort. The seller highlights the Seville's various power features, including power brakes, locks, seats, steering, and windows, which enhance the driving experience and provide added convenience. The 19-inch radial tires are mentioned as a safety feature, providing good traction and stability on the road. Inside, the tan leather interior is described as rich and inviting, complementing the car's jet black exterior. The seller also points out that the car is equipped with seat belts for all passengers and features a tilt steering wheel for easy adjustment. Based on the seller's description, this 1982 Cadillac Seville seems to be a well-preserved classic luxury car with a range of desirable features. However, it's important to keep in mind that the seller's assessment of the car's condition may be subjective. As with any used vehicle, especially one that's over 40 years old, it's crucial for potential buyers to inspect the car thoroughly in person, take it for a test drive, and have a trusted mechanic assess it for any potential issues that may not be apparent in the description. If you're in the market for a classic Cadillac and appreciate the style, comfort, and features of the 1982 Seville, this listing could be worth exploring further. Just be sure to do your due diligence and gather all the necessary information before making a decision. As always, I recommend approaching the purchase with a critical eye, thoroughly assessing the vehicle's condition, and making an informed decision based on your own needs, preferences, and budget. 6. We're focusing on a 1979 Dodge Aspen, and I'm here to give you my honest thoughts based on the seller's description. The seller has priced this Dodge Aspen at $4,200 or best offer. It comes with an automatic transmission, a red exterior, and a matching red interior. The car runs on gasoline and is fully paid off, which means the buyer won't have to worry about any outstanding loans or liens. According to the seller, this Dodge Aspen is an SE model equipped with a 318 V8 engine. One notable feature mentioned is the rare T-tops, which add a unique and sporty touch to the car's appearance. The seller states that everything is in place as it was from the factory, suggesting that the car has been well maintained and has not undergone any significant modifications. The seller mentions that the car runs and drives, and everything works, indicating that it's in good operating condition. They also suggest that this Aspen would make a great, cool daily driver, implying that it's not only a collectible, but also a practical vehicle for regular use. While the seller's description provides some useful information, it's important to note that they haven't specified the car's mileage or given detailed insights into its overall condition. As with any classic car, it's essential for potential buyers to inspect the vehicle thoroughly in person, take it for a test drive, and have a trusted mechanic assess it for any potential issues that may not be apparent in the description. The seller seems open to answering questions and talking to serious buyers, which is a positive sign. They've mentioned that they won't respond to inquiries about the car's availability, but are willing to provide more information and even call back interested parties who leave their phone numbers. If you're in the market for a classic 1979 Dodge Aspen with a 318 V8 engine and rare T-tops, this listing could be worth exploring further. The car's potential as a cool daily driver and its fully paid-off status are attractive features. However, it's crucial to gather more information about the vehicle's history, mileage, and overall condition before making a decision. 7. We're taking a closer look at a 1984 Chevrolet Corvette, and I'm here to give you my honest assessment based on the seller's description. The seller has listed this Corvette for $5,500. It has been driven for 128,212 miles, which is not uncommon for a vehicle that's nearly 40 years old. The car features an automatic transmission, a white exterior, and a red interior. It runs on gasoline and has had 2 owners in the past. The seller mentions that the vehicle is paid off and comes with a clean title. According to the seller, this 1984 Corvette has no significant damage or problems. They state that the car runs and drives, suggesting that it's in good operating condition. The seller also describes it as a fun car, implying that it provides an enjoyable driving experience. While the seller's description is brief, it does provide some key information about the car's condition and drivability. The fact that they mention it runs, drives, and has no significant issues is a positive sign. However, it's important to keep in mind that the seller's assessment may be subjective, and there could be some minor wear and tear or age-related issues that are not explicitly mentioned. Given the age and mileage of the vehicle, it's crucial for potential buyers to thoroughly inspect the car in person, take it for a test drive, and have a trusted mechanic assess it for any potential problems that may not be apparent in the description. It's also a good idea to gather more information about the car's maintenance history and any repairs or modifications that have been made over the years. The seller's reason for selling the car is simply that they don't need it right now, which suggests that there may be no urgent issues or reasons for letting it go. If you're a fan of classic Corvettes and are in the market for a fun sports car, this 1984 model might be worth considering. The price seems reasonable for a Corvette of this age, especially if it's in good running condition. However, it's essential to approach the purchase with a critical eye and gather all the necessary information before making a decision. 8. We're focusing on a 1975 Chevrolet Camaro, and I'm here to give you my honest thoughts based on the seller's description. The seller has priced this Camaro at $10,000 or best offer. It comes with an automatic transmission, a white exterior, and a black interior. The seller hasn't provided information about the car's mileage or the type of fuel it uses. What sets this Camaro apart is that it's described as a pure stock race-ready vehicle. The seller mentions that it currently runs at Auburndale Speedway and is also legal for racing at Citrus County Speedway and Showtime Speedway. This suggests that the car has been modified and prepared specifically for racing purposes. The seller claims that this Camaro is a fast car that always runs up front, indicating that it has a strong performance record in the races it has participated in. They also mention that the car is located in Lakeland, which could be useful information for potential buyers who want to inspect the vehicle in person. While the seller's description provides some intriguing details about the car's racing capabilities, it lacks more comprehensive information about its overall condition, mechanical specifications, and any modifications or upgrades that have been made to prepare it for the track. Potential buyers who are interested in this Camaro for racing purposes would benefit from reaching out to the seller for more pictures and detailed information. It's important to keep in mind that a race-ready car like this Camaro may not be suitable for daily driving on public roads. It's likely that it has been modified to optimize its performance on the track, which could affect its street legality and practicality for regular use. If you're a racing enthusiast looking for a competitive 1975 Chevrolet Camaro to participate in events at the mentioned speedways, this listing could be worth exploring further. However, it's crucial to gather more information about the car's racing history, current condition, and any specific requirements or regulations for the races you intend to participate in. As always, I recommend thoroughly inspecting the vehicle, asking the seller for more details and documentation, and making an informed decision based on your own racing goals, budget, and level of expertise. 9. We're taking a closer look at a 1962 Oldsmobile 98, and I want to provide you with my honest assessment based on the seller's description. The seller has priced this Oldsmobile 98 at $5,000. It has been driven for 72,000 miles, which is relatively low for a car that's over 60 years old. The vehicle features an automatic Hydra-matic transmission, a gray exterior, and a silver interior. It runs on petrol and has had 2 owners in the past. The seller mentions that the car is paid off and comes with a clean Florida title. According to the seller, this Oldsmobile 98 is a Skyrocket ultra-high compression model, equipped with a 394 cubic inch, 330 horsepower V8 engine from the factory. It also has twin exhaust and air conditioning. The seller states that the car starts and runs, but they describe it as a running project, indicating that it may require some work and attention. One important point the seller mentions is that the brakes need work before the car can be driven. This is a crucial safety aspect that potential buyers should consider and factor into their decision-making process. The seller provides some information about the car's condition, stating that the rockers are solid, and the rest of the car is in good shape. However, They do mention slight damage to the rear passenger side panel above the wheel arch. The rear lower fenders have some rust, but the seller notes that the trunk floor and the underside of the car are in great condition. The seller seems open to considering a part or full trade, and they encourage potential buyers to make their best offer. They also offer delivery options, quoting $1.25 per mile anywhere in the USA, and the possibility of arranging international shipping. While the seller's description provides a good overview of the car's condition and features, it's essential for potential buyers to inspect the vehicle thoroughly in person, especially considering its age and the mentioned brake issues. It's also a good idea to gather more information about the car's maintenance history and any repairs or modifications that have been made over the years. If you're a fan of classic Oldsmobiles and are looking for a project car with a powerful V8 engine, this 1962 Oldsmobile 98 might be worth considering. However, it's crucial to approach the purchase with a clear understanding of the work and costs involved in getting the car roadworthy and addressing any rust or damage issues. 10. We're focusing on a 1976 Ford Thunderbird, and I'm here to give you my honest thoughts based on the seller's description. The seller has listed this Thunderbird for $9,500. Notably, the car has only been driven for 28,780 miles, which is exceptionally low mileage for a vehicle that's 47 years old. It comes with an automatic transmission, a blue exterior, and a white interior. According to the seller, this 1976 Thunderbird is equipped with a 460 cubic inch CI 8-cylinder engine, which was a powerful option for this model year. The seller claims that this particular Thunderbird is one of the cleanest ones on the market, suggesting that it's in excellent condition both cosmetically and mechanically. The seller mentions that the car runs and drives very smoothly, describing it as a turn-key-and-go vehicle. This implies that the car is in good running order and doesn't require any significant repairs or maintenance before being driven. Another important point the seller highlights is that the car is rust-free. Rust can be a common issue for classic cars, so having a rust-free body is a significant advantage and adds to the car's overall value and desirability. Based on the seller's description, this 1976 Ford Thunderbird seems to be a well-preserved, low-mileage example of a classic American luxury car. The combination of its clean condition, smooth running, and rust-free body makes it an attractive option for collectors or enthusiasts looking for a vintage Thunderbird. However, as with any used vehicle purchase, it's essential for potential buyers to inspect the car thoroughly in person and take it for a test drive to verify its condition and functionality. It's also a good idea to gather more information about the car's maintenance history, any repairs or modifications that have been made, and any available documentation. If you're in the market for a classic 1976 Ford Thunderbird and the price aligns with your budget, this listing could be worth exploring further. The low mileage and claimed excellent condition are definitely appealing factors. Just be sure to do your due diligence and gather all the necessary information before making a final decision. As always, I recommend thoroughly inspecting the vehicle, asking the seller for more details and documentation, and making an informed decision based on your own needs, preferences, and budget. 11. We're taking a closer look at a 1975 Dodge Colt, and I want to provide you with my honest assessment based on the seller's description. The seller has priced this Dodge Colt at $10,000 or best offer. It has been driven for 160,000 miles, which is not uncommon for a car that's nearly 50 years old. The vehicle features a manual transmission, a gold exterior, and a black interior. It runs on gasoline. Now, here's where I want to be completely sincere with you. The seller's description of this 1975 Dodge Colt is quite brief, simply stating, "Good condition, 1,000 obo." While they mention that the car is in good condition, it's important to take this assessment with a grain of salt, as good condition can be subjective and may vary from person to person. Given the car's age and mileage, it's crucial for potential buyers to thoroughly inspect the vehicle in person and take it for a test drive to verify its overall condition and functionality. A car that's nearly half a century old may have some wear and tear, mechanical issues, or rust that may not be apparent from the limited description provided. It's also worth noting that the asking price of $10,000 seems to be on the higher end for a 1975 Dodge Colt, especially considering the mileage and the lack of detailed information about the car's condition. However, the seller has indicated that they are open to best offers, which suggests some room for negotiation. If you're interested in this classic Dodge Colt, I strongly recommend reaching out to the seller and asking for more details about the car's history, maintenance records, and any known issues or repairs. It's also a good idea to have a trusted mechanic inspect the vehicle before making a purchase decision. While the seller's description doesn't provide a comprehensive overview of the car's condition, it's important to approach this listing with a critical eye and gather as much information as possible before proceeding. As always, I recommend thoroughly inspecting the vehicle, asking the seller for more details and documentation, and making an informed decision based on your own needs, preferences, and budget. If the car checks out and the price can be negotiated to a fair value, this 1975 Dodge Colt could be an interesting addition to your classic car collection. However, be prepared to invest time and money into any necessary repairs or maintenance to keep this vintage vehicle in good running order. 12. We're focusing on a 1977 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, and I'm here to give you my honest thoughts based on the seller's description. The seller has listed this Cadillac Coupe de Ville for $3,500. It has been driven for 153,693 miles, which is not surprising for a car that's 46 years old. The vehicle features an automatic transmission, a white exterior, and a red interior. It runs on gasoline. Now let's dive into the seller's description and address the condition of the car. The seller mentions that the Coupe de Ville is equipped with a 454 Chevy motor and a 400 transmission, and they state that it runs and driver. However, they also note that the car needs interior work and paint. Based on this information, it's clear that this 1977 Cadillac Coupe de Ville is not in perfect condition. The need for interior work suggests that there may be some wear and tear, damage, or missing components inside the car. Additionally, the mention of needing paint implies that the exterior has some cosmetic issues, such as fading, scratches, or possibly even rust. It's important to keep in mind that a car of this age and mileage may have other mechanical or electrical issues that are not explicitly mentioned in the seller's brief description. Potential buyers should be prepared to thoroughly inspect the vehicle and possibly invest in additional repairs or restoration work beyond the interior and paint. The seller mentions that they are selling the car for their son, which could indicate that they may not have complete knowledge of the vehicle's history or condition. It's crucial for interested buyers to ask for more details about the car's maintenance records, any previous repairs or modifications, and any known issues. While the asking price of $30,500 may seem attractive for a classic Cadillac, it's essential to factor in the potential costs of the necessary interior work, paint job, and any other repairs that may be required to get the car in good running and cosmetic condition. If you're a fan of classic Cadillacs and are willing to take on a project car, this 1977 Coupe de Ville might be worth considering. However, it's crucial to approach the purchase with a realistic understanding of the work and expenses involved in restoring and maintaining a vehicle of this age. In summary, while this 1977 Cadillac Coupe de Ville may have potential as a classic car project, it's important to recognize that it needs interior work and paint, and it may have other issues not mentioned in the seller's description. Approach this listing with caution, do your due diligence, and make an informed decision based on your skills, resources, and willingness to invest in the car's restoration. 13. We're taking a closer look at a 1982 Chevrolet Camaro Berlinetta, and I want to provide you with my honest assessment based on the seller's description. The seller has priced this Camaro at $5,500 or best offer, but they mention that they're not budging much on the price. The car has been driven for 180,000 miles, which is not uncommon for a vehicle that's 41 years old. It features an automatic transmission, a blue exterior, and a gray interior. The car runs on gasoline and comes with a clean title. According to the seller, this 1982 Camaro Berlinetta has no significant damage or problems. They provide a detailed description of the car's condition and the work that has been done to it. The car is equipped with a 2.8L V6 engine, which has been rebuilt using a jegs long block, and the seller states that it has only 30,000 miles since the rebuild. They also mention that the transmission has been rebuilt, which they believe explains why the car runs and drives so well. The seller emphasizes that the car is turnkey ready to go and that it runs and drives great. This suggests that the Camaro is in good mechanical condition and doesn't require any immediate repairs or maintenance. In terms of the car's overall condition, the seller notes that the floors have been redone, which is a positive sign as floor rust can be a common issue in older vehicles. They also mention that the car has new plugs, fresh fluids, new lower ball joints, and a new wiper motor. Additionally, the seller states that the entire interior was removed and thoroughly gone through, indicating that attention has been given to the car's interior condition. The seller mentions that the car is currently at a shop getting the wiper motor and lower ball joints installed, which shows that they are actively addressing any remaining issues before the sale. Based on the seller's description, this 1982 Chevrolet Camaro Berlinetta seems to be in good condition, with a rebuilt engine and transmission, as well as various new parts and maintenance work. The seller appears to be transparent about the car's condition and the work that has been done to it. However, as with any used vehicle, it's essential for potential buyers to inspect the car thoroughly in person, take it for a test drive, and have a trusted mechanic assess it for any potential issues that may not be apparent in the description. It's also a good idea to gather more information about the car's history, maintenance records, and any available documentation. 14. We're focusing on a 1976 Cadillac Eldorado, and I'm here to give you my honest thoughts based on the seller's description. The seller has listed this Eldorado for $5,750. It has been driven for 92,180 miles, which is relatively low for a car that's 47 years old. The vehicle features an automatic transmission, a sleek black exterior, and a red interior. It runs on gasoline and comes with a clean title. According to the seller, this 1976 Cadillac Eldorado has no significant damage or problems. This suggests that the car is in good overall condition and doesn't have any major mechanical or cosmetic issues. The seller's claim that the vehicle has a clean title further supports the idea that it has a clear ownership history and hasn't been involved in any serious accidents. While the seller's description is quite brief, the information they provide paints a positive picture of this classic Cadillac. The low mileage, clean title, and lack of significant damage or problems are all encouraging signs for potential buyers. However, it's important to keep in mind that the seller's assessment of the car's condition may be subjective, and there could be some minor wear and tear or age-related issues that are not explicitly mentioned in the description. As with any used vehicle, especially one that's nearly half a century old, it's crucial for potential buyers to inspect the car thoroughly in person, take it for a test drive, and have a trusted mechanic assess it for any potential issues that may not be apparent. The seller has provided a phone number and encourages interested buyers to text or call them for more information. This suggests that they are open to answering questions and providing additional details about the car's history, maintenance records, and any other relevant information. If you're a fan of classic Cadillacs and are in the market for a well-maintained 1976 Eldorado, this listing could be worth exploring further. The car's low mileage, clean title, and reported lack of significant issues are definitely appealing factors. Just be sure to do your due diligence, gather all the necessary information, and thoroughly inspect the vehicle before making a final decision. 15. We're taking a closer look at a 1985 Ford LTD, and I want to provide you with my honest assessment based on the seller's description. The seller has priced this LTD at $4,635. It has been driven for 90,999 miles, which is not unusual for a car that's 38 years old. The vehicle features an automatic transmission, a blue exterior, and a matching blue interior. It runs on gasoline and is described as being in very good condition. According to the seller, this 1985 Ford LTD is equipped with a 5.0L V8 302 CID engine with naturally aspirated fuel injection. They mention that it's a great car for the year, suggesting that it has been well maintained and is in good shape considering its age. The seller highlights that the car has power everything, and all the features work, including the air conditioning. They also mention that the car rides smoothly, describing it as floating on air. This suggests that the suspension and overall driving experience are comfortable and pleasant. In terms of recent maintenance, the seller notes that the car has new brakes in the front, including the master cylinder and brake lines. This is a positive sign, as it indicates that some important safety components have been recently addressed. The seller does mention a few cosmetic issues, such as cracks in the dash and on the roof, as well as some dropping fabric on the left rear of the interior. However, they also state that the inside is almost flawless apart from these minor issues. It's important to note that the seller discloses that the car was taken in from the state police department for being abandoned on the side of the highway. The car has an ADA, abandoned vehicle title, and the seller is offering it for sale to recoup what is owed. While the car seems to be in good mechanical condition based on the seller's description, potential buyers should keep in mind its history as an abandoned vehicle and the implications of an ADA title. It's crucial to thoroughly inspect the car in person, take it for a test drive, and have a trusted mechanic assess it for any potential issues that may not be apparent in the description. If you're in the market for a classic 1985 Ford LTD and the price aligns with your budget, this listing could be worth exploring further. The car's reported mechanical condition, working features, and recent maintenance are definitely appealing factors. However, be sure to do your due diligence, gather all the necessary information about the car's history and title status, and carefully consider the cosmetic issues mentioned. 16. We're focusing on a 1973 Chevrolet Nova, and I'm here to give you my honest thoughts based on the seller's description. The seller has listed this Nova for $14,500. While they haven't provided the exact mileage, they do mention that the car has a clean title and no significant damage or problems. The vehicle features an automatic transmission, a silver exterior, and a black interior. It runs on gasoline. According to the seller, this 1973 Nova is equipped with a 350 engine and a 350 transmission, which were popular and reliable powertrain options for this model. They also mention that the car has an aluminum intake, Holley carburetor, and headers, suggesting that it has been modified for improved performance. The seller highlights that the car has received a new paint job and new tires, which are mounted on Corvette rally wheels, 15/7 in the front and 15x8 in the rear. This gives the Nova a sporty and aggressive stance. Inside, the car features bucket seats, adding to its muscle car aesthetic. The seller also notes that the car has power steering and is an AC, air conditioning car, which are desirable features for comfort and drivability. Based on the seller's description, this 1973 Chevrolet Nova seems to be in good condition, with no major issues mentioned. The new paint, tires, and performance upgrades suggest that the car has been well maintained and possibly restored to some extent. However, it's important to keep in mind that the seller's assessment of the car's condition may be subjective, and there could be some wear and tear or age-related issues that are not explicitly mentioned in the description. As with any used vehicle, especially a classic car, it's crucial for potential buyers to inspect the Nova thoroughly in person, take it for a test drive, and have a trusted mechanic assess it for any potential problems that may not be apparent. The seller has provided a phone number and encourages interested buyers to call for additional information. They emphasize that they won't respond to messages, so it's important to reach out via phone if you have any questions or want to schedule a viewing. If you're a fan of classic muscle cars and are in the market for a well-equipped 1973 Chevrolet Nova, this listing could be worth exploring further. The car's clean title, lack of significant issues, and recent upgrades are definitely appealing factors. Just be sure to do your due diligence, gather all the necessary information, and thoroughly inspect the vehicle before making a final decision. 17. We're taking a closer look at a 1977 Chevrolet Nova, and I want to provide you with my honest assessment based on the seller's description. The seller has listed this Nova as a roller, a car without an engine or transmission, for $5,500. However, they also offer the option to purchase the car with a motor and transmission for $10,500. The vehicle features an automatic transmission, a gray exterior, and a red interior. It runs on gasoline. According to the seller, this 1977 Nova is registered, inspected, and comes with a clean title. This suggests that the car is legally roadworthy and has a clear ownership history. The seller mentions that the car is primed and ready for paint, indicating that the body has been prepared for a new paint job. This could be an opportunity for the buyer to customize the car's appearance to their liking. While the seller doesn't provide detailed information about the car's overall condition or mileage, they do offer the option to contact them for more information. This suggests that they are open to answering questions and providing additional details about the Nova's history and current state. It's important to note that the seller's description doesn't explicitly mention any significant damage or problems with the car. However, the fact that it's being sold as a roller implies that the engine and transmission are either missing or not in working condition. Potential buyers should keep this in mind and factor in the cost and effort required to source and install a suitable powertrain if they opt for the $5,500 roller option. As with any used vehicle, especially a classic car, it's crucial for potential buyers to inspect the Nova thoroughly in person, assess its condition, and have a trusted mechanic evaluate it for any potential issues that may not be apparent in the description. This is particularly important when considering a car that's being sold as a roller or without a complete powertrain. If you're a car enthusiast looking for a project, and you have the skills, resources, and patience to work on this 1977 Chevrolet Nova, it could be an interesting opportunity. The clean title and primed body are positive factors, but it's essential to gather more information about the car's history and condition before making a decision. 18. We're focusing on a 1951 Chevrolet Deluxe, and I'm here to give you my honest thoughts based on the seller's description. The seller has listed this Deluxe for $15,000. It has been driven for 80,000 miles, which is relatively low for a car that's over 70 years old. The vehicle features a manual transmission, specifically a 3-on-the-tree shifter, which was common for cars of this era. The exterior is black, while the interior is gray. It runs on gasoline. According to the seller, this 1951 Chevrolet Deluxe will come with its original rims and is equipped with a straight 6 engine. The straight 6 was a popular and reliable engine choice for Chevrolet cars during this time period. While the seller's description is brief, it does provide some key information about the car's drivetrain and included accessories. The mention of the original rims suggests that the car has been maintained with some level of authenticity. However, it's important to note that the seller hasn't provided detailed information about the car's overall condition, history, or any potential issues. Given the age of the vehicle, it's crucial for potential buyers to thoroughly inspect the Deluxe in person, assess its condition, and have a trusted mechanic evaluate it for any hidden problems or necessary repairs. As with any classic car, it's essential to keep in mind that a vehicle of this age may require ongoing maintenance, repairs, and potentially costly restoration work to keep it in good running condition. Buyers should be prepared to invest time and money into preserving and enjoying this piece of automotive history. If you're a fan of classic American cars from the 1950s and have been searching for a 1951 Chevrolet Deluxe, this listing could be worth exploring further. The low mileage and inclusion of original rims are intriguing factors. However, it's crucial to gather more information about the car's condition and history before making a decision. As always, I recommend reaching out to the seller, asking for more details and documentation, and arranging an in-person inspection. If the car checks out and aligns with your expectations, this 1951 Chevrolet Deluxe could be a stunning addition to your classic car collection or a nostalgic weekend cruiser. 19. We're taking a closer look at a 1968 Ford GT, and I want to provide you with my honest assessment based on the seller's description. The seller has listed this GT for $9,500. It has been driven for 122,000 miles, which is not unusual for a car that's over 50 years old. The vehicle features an automatic transmission and a burgundy exterior. The interior color is not specified. According to the seller, this 1968 Ford GT is a California Special model, which is a highly sought-after variant of the classic Mustang. They emphasize that this is an original GT and not a clone, adding to its authenticity and value. The seller mentions that the car has been sitting in a warehouse for 40 years, suggesting that it has been stored and preserved for a significant portion of its life. They also state that they have the original 289 engine and automatic transmission, which is a positive sign for collectors and enthusiasts who value originality. In terms of the car's condition, the seller notes that there is no major rust, and the floorboards and quarter panels are in good shape. They do mention one small spot of rust on the top of a quarter panel near the back, measuring about 3 or 4 inches long and 1 or 4 inch wide. This level of detail suggests that the seller is being transparent about any imperfections. The seller also lists several new parts that come with the car, including taillights, carpet, headliner, door panels, and fog lights. This indicates that some restoration work has been done or is planned for the vehicle. Interestingly, the seller mentions that the front end appears to have been restored at some point, which could be a positive sign for the car's overall condition and appearance. While the seller provides a good amount of information about the car's history, originality, and condition, it's still crucial for potential buyers to thoroughly inspect the GT in person, take it for a test drive if possible, and have a trusted mechanic assess it for any hidden issues or necessary repairs. Given the rarity and desirability of a 1968 Ford GT California Special, the asking price of $9,500 seems quite reasonable, especially considering the car's originality and the included new parts. However, it's essential to keep in mind that classic cars often require ongoing maintenance and restoration work, which can be costly. If you're a serious collector or enthusiast of classic Mustangs and have been searching for an original 1968 Ford GT California Special, this listing is definitely worth exploring further. The car's history, storage, and condition make it an intriguing opportunity. 20. We're focusing on a 1981 Lincoln Town car, and I'm here to give you my honest thoughts based on the seller's description. The seller has listed this town car for $8,000. It has been driven for 82,000 miles, which is relatively low for a car that's over 40 years old. The vehicle features an automatic transmission, a blue exterior, and a matching blue interior. It runs on gasoline and has had 3 or more owners throughout its life. According to the seller, this 1981 Lincoln Town car has received some recent maintenance and upgrades. They mention that the car has new tires and new brake lines, which are important safety features. The seller also notes that there is a 4-wheel intake for the rail carburetor, suggesting some performance modifications have been made. The seller describes the interior as being like new, which is a positive sign for a car of this age. However, it's important to keep in mind that like new can be subjective, and potential buyers should still thoroughly inspect the interior condition in person. One interesting detail the seller mentions is that there are bullhorns in the trunk, but they clarify that these do not come with the car. This information is a bit unusual, but doesn't directly impact the car's condition or value. While the seller provides some information about the car's recent maintenance and interior condition, there are still some gaps in the description. They don't mention anything about the car's exterior condition, any potential rust issues, or the overall mechanical health of the vehicle. As with any classic car, it's crucial for potential buyers to thoroughly inspect the town car in person, take it for a test drive, and have a trusted mechanic assess it for any hidden issues or necessary repairs. Given the age of the vehicle, it's important to be prepared for potential maintenance and restoration costs that may arise. If you're a fan of classic American luxury cars and have been searching for a 1981 Lincoln Town car, this listing could be worth exploring further. The low mileage and recent maintenance are positive factors, but it's essential to gather more information about the car's overall condition and history before making a decision. As always, I recommend reaching out to the seller, asking for more details and documentation, and arranging an in-person inspection. If the car checks out and aligns with your expectations, this 1981 Lincoln Town car could be a comfortable and stylish addition to your classic car collection.